Hey, welcome to Truss Levelz, season Deuce, with my dog Mark Ingram. Deuce, as I call him, the second. It's prestigious. I'm trying to tell you. I'm Cam Jordan, just a defensive end that happens to be on the same podcast as my brother, MVI, as I call him. But we're sitting here and we're talking football, but we've also brought in a whole lot of different things this season. I mean, we've talked about a little bit of everything. We're more than just football. And just talking about it, you know, being a Bama roll tighter.
Roll damn tight.
Mark Ingram has definitely pronounced that, you know, it's like Natty U over there. Speaking of Natty U.
Title Town.
You know, I don't know anything about that yet. You know, Cal, we still working. We grinding. We're at the bottom of the pits right now, but one day we shall rise.
It's just the town. It ain't
like
Title Town.
Okay, okay.
It's just town.
Yeah. But I understand, you know, Natty U, you got Alabama, and they're like 19 in football championships. But then we bring in, you know, this man, Justin Thomas, who helped lead University of Alabama to their first championship in golf. Of course, you know, he has been a former #1 ranked golfer. I think currently he's probably top 5. I'm probably shooting the shit. He's probably 3. The last time I checked.
There you go.
There we go. So, you know, appreciate you for tuning in, JT, for everything that, you know, you've been doing. You're a pure dog on the field. But, you know, thank you for coming to Truss Levelz. It's big trust, big levels on the court.
Absolutely.
Levels. Big trust levels. You feel me?
Delivered by Pizza Hut.
He a dog on the course.
Boy, a dog on the course.
He really is a dog because he be birdieing them dog leg lefts and dog leg rights. And
that's right.
You know what I mean? Hitting it straight, turning it over left or right, you know.
Whatever I got to do.
Yeah.
I don't even look. All I know is dog left because of my shit out there spinning left. And I'll be over there like, and there goes my next ball. All right, sleeves. I got sleeves on deck when it comes to golfing.
Gotta buy a 36-pack before you go out there for the 18, huh?
Man, hopefully just a 36-pack. Boy got 6 sleeves in the golf bag at all times.
Yeah, that's why you gotta play those team events. You play scrambles and then you just kind of ride your teammates.
Hey, you already know my mentality. I'm going in like, is it scramble? No, every man for himself.
I got something going on. I can't play.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. Like, how does one even get like the ranking system? How does that work? Because I mean, like, is that by wins? Is that like does the ranking system actually work?
I think I could kind of chime in, but I'll let him do it. But isn't it like you get a certain amount of points for placing, winning victories, or tournaments you place in, and then it's a cumulative amount of points or something?
Yeah.
Like
so
that,
the world ranking system, it's a 2-year thing, and it's. I mean, every tournament has a different ranking system. So they're kind of all based on strength of field. So the stronger the field, say like a major, like a Masters, US Open, PGA Open Championship, they have the best field. So you get more points for a win. And then if you play, you know, kind of the smaller developmental tours, or if the field's not as good, then you don't get as high points. So you might have a tournament where you finish, you know, you might finish 3rd place at the Masters and it might make more than a 1st place in some little tour somewhere, if that makes sense. So it really just, like anything, it's about performing well in the biggest events is how you end up moving up.
Okay, so it's a 2-year ranking though. So they re-rank every 2 years?
No, so it's a 2-year, it's a running total. So like if you know, as soon as the event that I played in 2 years ago from next week or this week, once next week comes, every Monday, a new ranking system comes out. Okay. So as soon as that next week comes out, that bottom week drops out, and it's kind of diluted as it goes. So the stuff at the bottom, it's not weighted as heavy as the stuff that's near the top. It's pretty complicating, but if you go out and play
but you accumulate the most points in a calendar year, you win the what is it called? The
FedEx Cup is what, like, for the
FedEx
tour?
Cup. Yeah.
You just, like anything, you play well, you don't need to check it, you're doing fine.
Right. So when you win the FedEx Cup, is that a big bag, or is that just
that's a lot of chickens? That's
a lot of chickens.
Boy got his own roost. I love it.
That's hella chickens.
Come on. Yeah. So all I heard about this is just consistency, and you've been doing it well. I mean, you came on tour when you were 16.
Yes.
I played an event when I was 16. Yeah. I was a junior golfer and I qualified for an event and got in. And then I went to the town, as Mark calls it, Titletown in Tuscaloosa, and played there for 2 years and decided that it was a good time to leave and turn pro. So had a fun. We were 2 for 2 in football national championships when I was in school. So, but that's not saying much about
it's Titletown because not only do we win football natties, my dog JT has a golf natty.
That's what I'm saying.
You mean you go down the lane, gymnastics natties? I mean, I don't know, bro. We be all up in the College World Series softball natties.
Our basketball team's about to start threatening some.
We was in a tournament this year. We was in a tournament this year. And making noise all the way to the Sweet 16 of them things, right? We went to the Sweet 16, right?
Yeah.
So we on the verge, man. We on the verge. Don't hate, elevate, appreciate, my dog. Especially that Roll Tide. You know what I mean?
Here you go.
No, but let's talk about like from the beginning, bro. Like, I mean, you had to look no further than your house, though. I mean, your dad was a pro, grandpa played, right?
Yeah. I had my dad and grandpa. They were good people to I mean, my grandpa played on tour for a little bit, and he had lots of stories and played with Jack Nicklaus, played with Arnold Palmer, played with a bunch of those guys. And then my dad, he never played on tour, but he played a bunch of mini tour stuff, and he chased it a little bit, but he was more of a club pro and interested in teaching and trying to just kind of make the game a better place, kind of thing.
Yeah. So like
each one teach one.
Yeah,
bro. It like takes real patience to try and teach, and especially
golf. Especially golf.
You be like move your foot 1 inch over. This ain't helping. But
ball placement in the stance. It's got to be on the big toe in the front of the stance. Low irons. You got to move them kind of further back in your stance unless you're trying to play this particular shot, and you got to move that in the front of your stance. It's like it's so technical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's something like I don't know how that works for y'all and having, I don't know, coaches or trainers, whatever it is, but it's like for golf, I feel like you have to, from my side, I've been lucky to have my dad as my coach the whole time, but so many of these instructors try to teach a certain way, like they try to, certain instructors, like every single one of their students has the same swing and they try to teach it that way, versus my dad is someone where it's like, look, I don't care if you got the ugliest swing you've ever seen or the best, like you just need to make the best out of that swing.
Right.
Like you can't take a Jim Furyk and get him to swing it like, like Bryson or like John. Like it's not how it works. You got to make the best out of what that is. And
you coach your player. You don't coach this. You know what I mean? Like
you don't coach a method. You coach the player.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Right. Like your dad could coach Sergio Garcia's crazy figure 8 at the top, but he could probably coach Big Ernie L's long smooth swing, or like yours. You know what I mean? A good coach adapts to the player. You know what I mean? You don't try to, put a method on every single person. You know what I mean? You adapt to the player. Yeah. So I know your so like you was like was your grandpa like your dad like super tough on you like growing up? Like, did you have other golf coaches, or it was strictly like them as your golf coach?
It was strictly my dad. My grandpa was more of a he was
overseer.
He was more of like I'd go play golf with him, and he would he just would be a grandpa. It wasn't like anything we'd go out and, or he'd be like, oh, that looks good, but it wasn't like go out and give a lesson type thing. He just we all just loved spending time together. So the times that we got to spend us three playing together was pretty fun.
Did you ever tap in any other sports like growing up, or was it just straight? You was picking up the putter at 2 years old, sinking 4-5 footers.
My dad's been a golf pro my whole life, so I think like a lot of little boys, they want to be like their dad, and I just kind of happened to be around him, and he would be on the golf course, so I'd whether it's a plastic club or just a normal club, I'd kind of go follow him around. But I played a bunch of different sports and growing up, like middle school and just as a kid, but I wasn't any good at them. So it was just kind of like the fun to do. But basketball was what I liked the most besides golf. I played that. And then once I didn't make my team in 8th grade, I figured it was probably time that I stopped, because if you suck bad enough to not make your 8th grade team, you clearly have no business pursuing it any longer.
But when you as an elite of a golfer as you were, I mean, you really have no time to play other sports. Like you was on the junior tour balling. You know what I mean? So I mean, to be that good, that young, you literally have to golf daily, a couple times a day. Short game, dry. You know what I mean? So
So look, the short game makes the whole game. It ain't about the longest drive. It's how you correct yourself when you get in a little bit of trouble.
Hey, because
that's where I screw up.
Because if the whole 380 and I go 320 and I'm duffing my chips, oh man, the things add up quick. You know what I mean?
They do. And that was growing up in Louisville, Kentucky for me was once I started playing international events and started traveling a little bit more, you know, competing against kids that are growing up in Florida or growing up in California where it's perfect year round weather wise. And, you know, I hadn't played a round of golf in 3 months because it's freezing cold in Kentucky. And, you know, if I got a sunny 25-degree day, I might go hit balls because I needed to. It wasn't very fun. I didn't enjoy it, but I kind of felt like I had to. So it was nice to move down to Florida here. I guess about 7-8 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, so what year did you graduate high school?
2011.
Okay. Because you know, I don't like to brag, man, but you know, going into high school, golf was my best sport, man. You know, I did a little junior tour type thing, Midwest junior champ. You know what I mean? I did my thing, man. I was shooting probably like mid-70s. You know,
golf was not your best sport. I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
Bro, I got the score.
It might have been.
I got the trophies. It was my best sport going into high school, bro. But football and golf was the same season. So obviously I played football. You know, that worked out well. But golf, truly, my dad, when I was young, I used to go play 36 holes with him. I used to ride the cart. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you want to be like your dad. My dad had me picking up a club. He said, you can play this game, you know, until forever. You know, the game I played, that he played, he said, you only can play for so long. Then they try to get you up out of there. You can play the PGA Tour, then play the senior tour and still make bread. You know what I mean? So it's So no, but literally golf was my best. I won Midwest Junior Nationals. I got trophies. I got scorecards, all that. You know what I mean? So I was trying to say, man, maybe we would have went head up, but you know, you was a little younger than me though. But
yeah, it would have been close. Cam, you'll like this. The first time I think I may have been around him or met Mark briefly, whether it was just through being at school or whatnot, but I hadn't spent any time around him or knew him at all. I mean, obviously I knew who he was and he was doing well in the league at this point, but Alabama has this charity celebrity golf event every year, and Mark had played and I played, and I mean it's actually really cool the amount of guys that go back to play in this and show up. And I came straight from a tournament. I go there, and there's always this kind of big dinner function, little auction that they have one night the night before, and I go there and I always see all these football players that I watched, whether I was in school or going through recruiting, and I see Mark there, and I was like, man, I want to, like, you know, go talk to him at some point and you know, tell him, I mean, he's just absolutely killing it. And just all us Bama brothers seem to get along. Yeah, for sure. And I go up to him, and it was like, I mean, I remember thinking, I'm like, why the hell does he know who I am? And he started talking about golf, started talking about how he grew up playing golf, playing with his dad and all this stuff. And I remember I found out pretty quickly that Mark was big into golf.
Yeah. Hey, I'm like, he coming to talk to me like, this the champ right here. This is one of the best ones in the world. I'm like, no doubt. Can you teach me how to, you know, not have a little struggle in my backswing a little bit, like not to open my hips too soon when I'm getting through the shot. You know what I mean? Like I'm asking for pointers.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, I was like, you got to. I'm like, get me out the sand, because once I'm in, I'm stuck.
Yeah,
I feel like I know how to get out, but the execution part is very low.
But like, what sand shot are you trying to get out of? Is it a par 5? You're in a fairway bunker, or do you have
big fella? It don't matter whether it's a par 3. The moment I touch sand, it's now 8 count. Like it's.
But listen though,
just plus 8.
The par 5 fairway bunker, you hit it like it's on a tee. You know what I mean? You try to. Am I right? You hit it like kind of smooth, like it's on grass.
Yeah, but you want as little lower body movement as you can, because the more you move, the more likely you're going to chunk it or blade it or whatever. But you just choke down on the club a little bit and act like it's a totally normal shot. But when you're in a greenside bunker, don't try to lift it up. Everyone always tries to.
I'm always trying to lift it. Hey, I'm trying to get that thing out of there.
Swing through the sand. Swing an inch behind the ball. Swing through the sand. Right?
Allegedly,
something like that.
Yeah, it's like if I'm throwing you a ball, I don't throw it to you like this. I throw it to you like that, and it's the same sort of thing. You want everything going this way. You don't want to go back here and then you're going to chunk it. Nothing good.
I was gonna say, had you seen Gardner Minshew throw a ball? Either way.
Oh my. Here you
I'll
go.
say you're right. My bad.
No, it's all good. We keep it real Trillville Holyfield over this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna do better one day. They keep asking my handicap. I'm like, bro, I'm about $105. ain't nothing special. But I'm looking down and look, I saw the stats where he say you done dropped to 64 3 times. What how you, bro? Mark, you gonna say you shooting 70s?
Listen, I
I'm
wasn't
not even
shooting
sniffing air greatness over here. Like, how you get there?
Not anymore. I'm not shooting 70s. That was my 13-year-old self would murder me right now on the course.
Oh.
My 13-year-old self would take me to the barnyard, take me for every. I need skins. I need strokes right now to my 13-year-old self. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I think you still made a better career decision though. It'd be hard for you to live with yourself if you got beat by me every single week on tour, Mark.
Or if you got beat by me. What if I was number 2 golfer? You know, roll tide at the top. You know what I mean? We go for the number 1 spot.
Be friends. We'd be rivals. I don't know if I'd like that.
Right,
man. But you've been friends with Jordan Spieth. I mean, he's one of the. You know what I mean? Since childhood. So why gotta be different?
We're friends, but we don't want to lose to each other.
Why I gotta be different?
I'll say, look, yeah, that's like anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't get on the course and be.
But you guys are still friends. You're saying we wouldn't be friends
after during the game. Hey, I'll say MVI, you the pettiest loser I know. So for sure, look, that's gonna taint a lot of things. Well, like, he didn't get the best of me.
No, I'm like, I hope he dusts his 18th shot in the middle of the fairway. I'm only up 1 stroke. Like, please top it into the water. Like,
yeah, exactly.
All good. It's all good.
I'll say so. Hey, like over at Bama when you won, you know, like I said, we take it back to the national championship, talking about Titletown. What is it like? What does it have to take to be that consistent in college? For, I mean, of course, when you're younger, you did the U.S. Ryder Cup for the young groups, but you get to, like, what does it take to get to Bama to be a golf program? Like, why Bama? Like, how do we get there to that Bama decision?
Because you won 3 state championships in high school.
Yeah, that helps. I mean, for me, is I wanted to be somewhere, first off, where it was a little bit warmer year round. We get some cold months or cold weather in Alabama, but it's nothing that'll keep me totally away from the game for more than a month. And I mean, in all honesty, December, January, that kind of time, I'm not really wanting to do much anyway. So it's good to take some time off. But the biggest thing for me was probably getting the competition, and not to keep harping on Alabama and like football, but I think it's very similar. I think, Mark, you probably agree, and I've talked to Coach Saban about this, is how many guys that have gotten drafted together, say, a corner's going against a wide receiver and they dueled it out for 3 years. And then all of a sudden they both kind of made each other better and got each other to become better players. And it was pretty similar to
by the time they go to the draft, you got the number 1 corner and the number 1 receiver, and they've been battling for 3 years.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's very similar for golf. We had a really, really good golf team, and all guys that I was very close with. And it's, and it being the team sport that you want everyone to play well, but at the same time, that competitive side of all of us, we didn't want to lose to each other. It's like, I would love for Corey Whitsitt, my teammate, to win a golf tournament, but I would rather win than him. I'd rather him be second to me, and it's like, there's things that he could do that I couldn't do. So I would ask him and pick his brain, because he'd be willing to tell me because I'm his teammate. And that would kind of go everywhere. And then I really just think we all got along, and we had kind of a brotherhood going that it helped us, and we all clicked and continued to push each other to get better, and played some really good golf kind of thing.
So golf was one of the top Bama golf was one of the top programs when you were coming out?
Yeah, they were definitely the year before I got there, they had really they gotten 3 really big recruits, and I knew that they'd be there when I was there. And it was probably like 10 years before I got there. Alabama golf coach Sewell kind of took us to the next level, and we got a transfer of Michael Thompson, and he kind of got the golf team on the map. And then, Bud Colley went there, and he started playing really well and had success on tour. And all of a sudden, it's kind of becoming a little bit of a powerhouse, and guys were wanting to go there. So it was, as soon as I visited there, I mean, it was a no-brainer. People always asked what my second choice was, and there wasn't really one. It was just a really long tie for second.
Yes, sir. So I mean, so you had all the offers. I mean, you were a 5-star recruit, a 3-time Kentucky All-State, You know what I mean? Like, what other schools was there? Like, I know that
A
Alabama
long
was
list of number twos. I need to know what some of them number twos are.
Yeah.
How did you not get to California? How did you not get to the Floridas? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially you know, I'm sure Cal has a decent golf program. It's not special, but Stanford has a really good one. You know, like,
so I visited Stanford. I didn't visit Cal, but actually Cal, when we were in school, had probably one of the best golf. They had one of the best golf teams of all time. Like the year that we won, they argue all the time that they had a better team than we did, but I tell them they didn't win, so clearly they did not.
Yeah, right. What you do speak so loudly, I can't hear what you say.
Exactly. Exactly. I can't hear you. There's too many rings in my face and all that stuff. But it was
and that's how we do it at the Roll Tide. Let them know, right. JT. We ain't playing with them. It's Title Town.
That's what I'm saying. And like I said, when we think about perfect weather year round, I was like, how did Cal not land you? Because when I was there, like that's when our golfing program really turned up a notch.
That boy wanted to be a champion, my friend. I'm sorry.
That's what he could have been our swaying point. Is what I'm just trying to understand where we lose him. I'm just thinking, you know, for the long term. Like, how can I help?
Yeah, I went out to Stanford. I looked at Florida State, LSU, and Texas A&M. Those were like my final five that I kind of had it down to, that I went and looked at again. But we had a lot of really good recruits that were the same graduating class as me. So I'm sure pretty similar football. You have some buddies that you're like, you know, maybe we should go play here together, go do this together. And a couple of us have talked about it, but some of them want to go to schools that I didn't want to go to, and that didn't happen.
Yeah. No, but you said, you made everybody on the team better. Clearly you did that, because you won the Freshman of the Year, Phil Mickelson Award. I don't even know what the Haskins Award is. Most outstanding player in golf. So the Haskins like the Heisman, huh? Yeah,
that's something that you and I have common, Cam.
Man, we the Heismans. We the Haskins. We the Heismans. We ain't new to it. We true to it.
I don't have like a pose or anything. It's just kind of like a lame golf swing. But...
No, it's the twirl.
Oh, that's right, the twirl.
The twirl. First Alabama player to win these honors. That's what else we got in common. That's what else we got in common. A first of the first. You know what I mean?
I'll give you that. Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Mark, do you think that game against South Carolina, is that the game that won it for you?
Oh, yes. Oh, for sure. That thing, no, it's not what won it for me, but it's definitely what put me like in the top
favorite
of the of the content, like one of the top contenders to win it. So I just kept putting together good games. Like I came out and I had like 150 and 3 TDs versus Virginia Tech. Then I just kept having like 100 here, a couple TDs, 100 there, a couple TDs. Then we they're like, this dude might be a Heisman talk. But then we had that Saturday night game versus South Carolina. I went for 246 on national TV and the TD, and that kind of put me
big stiffy
in contention. But what made me win it was the Florida game, because I was the top contender all the way through like the last week of the regular season. Auburn was like, yo, we're not letting him win the Heisman on us. We're not letting him do it. Like, we're gonna put like 12 people in the box and you know, we're gonna stop him, and they did. Actually, I only had like 30 yards, gave me a hit pointer. It was a bad game, but we won. So we won. So we was going to the SEC championship where we had a chance to play Florida again, who beat us the year before. And I went off versus Florida. Had like 200 all-purpose, 3 TDs. We lit them boys up, and the next week I won it. So
Awesome.
So the South Carolina game put me in contention, and the Florida game was, I think, what helped me win it. So, yeah.
Love it.
But we the Heismans, bro. We got the Haskins, the Heismans, first in school history. That's why you my brother from another, just a slightly different color. You know what I mean? It's all love. Yeah, so you go to college, bro. You dominate like that, All-American, All-SEC. Set the school record with a 70.44 stroke average. What's that, on a par 72? You were shooting under par or what?
You have to if you're playing in Alabama.
So, okay. So the average is for a par 72.
So it's 71 or 72. So, it's just over the course of the year.
Do you play par 70s in college or in the pros?
Yeah, in the pros, we play par 70s a lot. We very rarely play par 72s because they will make a lot of the par 5s into par 4. So we usually play probably par 71s about an average.
Oh
shoot!
I can't even smell. Like, don't even want to be on amateur. Like, hey Cam, you want to? I don't. I don't. I get that one from Phoenix Waste Management. Hey, Cam, you want to?
That's fun.
You know, look, I'm from Phoenix, so I just that's what I really like. For all the golf tournaments that I think I've been to, I've partaken and watched, the Phoenix Waste Management Open has been the one I've always loved to go to. And probably one golfers probably hate because we coming in with the heckle mentality. Like, you better be sounding your game coming around the Phoenix Waste Management Open.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's another level.
I was like, do you have a favorite? I was like, what is it? Hole 16? That the little Eagle's nest? That just goes crazy, Mark. We're gonna have to go one of these years when we retire.
I will. I'll hit about 30 balls in there, but I'm enjoying it.
It's always during the week of Super Bowl, so
yeah.
I never get to go anymore. But from the time I was like 8 or 9 till I went off to college, I was in that thing.
Yeah. It's a fun event for sure. All my buddies from home are always like, "Hey, can we get some tickets to that Phoenix Open?" I'm like, just here they are. I'll talk to you when the week's over. Don't bother me.
Yeah. Well, because Cam's dad, legacy. You know, we big on the legacy, big trust, big legacy. You know, I'm a legacy, he a legacy, he got a legacy, I got a legacy. You know what I mean? So we big on the legacies. Like, your dad is what is like the head of that? Like,
no, he's not a head. He's part of the group that helps put it on. So he's a Thunderbird.
Thunderbird, yeah.
Yeah, he's neither here nor there, but that's been my plug-in for the last 20 years of my life.
Oh, he's here and there. He's not here nor there. He's here and there.
That is in there in that event. If you're a Thunderbird,
in there,
like
big
booty hair. That's in there. That's all the way in there.
Hey, he we walking around and I'm over here like just still under his coattails. Like, yeah, let me in. Like, but it's probably one of the most fun tournaments out there, Mark. When I say like this is the only tournament that makes you feel like Billy Madison was a real movie, like real life. Like, bro, there's fans heckling, there's 100,000 people going in and out of this thing daily.
Yeah.
Like,
there's one of my buddies tells a funny story. He played that. So just the way the course is routed. So 16 is obviously crazy, and 16 kind of comes in like this, and 10 comes down here, and 11 tees off but 16 is totally enclosed, but everyone has to walk down number 10 and down past 11 tee to get to 16 or up 17, whatever way they want. Right. But the way they go, so they're coming down 10 and 10 green's always chaotic because you got people leaving the bleachers and coming in. And one of my buddies said like his first or second year playing in the event, he's on 10 green. And this group of like 4, 5, 6 girls like Scottsdale'd out to like the night. I mean, it looked like they're going to a nightclub, not a golf tournament.
Absolutely.
And then there's some, and they look over. He said he heard one of the girls look over, and she's like, "What are these golfers doing here?" Like, had no clue there was a golf tournament. Like, totally just came out to party, came to go in this. And she's like, "What are these golfers doing here?" And my buddy just started laughing. Like, it's no idea.
Like, they're not even here for us. We're like, what do you mean?
No, like you're clearly lost. Like, you're at a golf tournament.
Like, I'm not sure if you know this, but like I'm trying to win this thing, so please move.
Yeah, quit trying to.
They don't care.
Yeah,
bro, because they're drunk already. They bro, when I tell you they post up before the first tee, like they're drinking already. They're like, and they're like all of what it used to be like 10 feet away from the golfers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's some of the most ludicrous golfing events I think I've ever been
if you get it like on a cold morning or get close enough to a person, like you get some fire breathing on you. Like people have been the kind of parlay a night into a morning of, and it's like you can just smell it. It's tough.
So what's like a craziest like golf is that the craziest golf event you playing or that you played in?
Yeah, for sure. It is. It's not. It's fun. I like it. I mean, it's a good golf course. It's a good tournament. It gets a really good field. I mean, I think it hasn't gotten out of hand. The thing is, there's enough people to where, it's like a football game or any other sport to where if there's enough noise, one person yelling doesn't make a difference. Mm-hmm. But when everyone's quiet and one person yells, then it's a little, it's distracting. I mean, it's not like that's the thing about golf. It's not reactive where, you see someone kind of a backdoor cut and all of a sudden you just pass it to them or receiver blows or corner blows the coverage and you just bomb it. It's like, I'm right here. There's nowhere else I'm going other than hitting the shot. So you don't exactly have that reaction time like you do in other sports to where when, if someone yells or does something right here, it just is the way it goes. It sucks, but unfortunately that's just a part of it.
Yeah.
I'll say. So, do you have a favorite event? Like, what is your favorite tournament to get to, or what is your favorite course to play?
The Masters is always my favorite. I love the tournament. I love the golf course. I love the vibes. The buzz there. It's hard to explain. It's just a totally different feel. It's I just love it. I really do feel like I'm going to win there. You know, sometimes in my career, it's a good golf course for me. I just haven't played it very well, other than November last year. But it's a fun place.
You keep pushing, you keep plugging away. You know, you got a big fan over here, dog. I'm
Thank
watching
you.
them all. I'm like, what the leaderboard looking like? Okay, we up there. Let's put some
Look, I was
pressure on them
supposed to
over the
go.
weekend.
I finally had the plug in for the Augusta tickets. I was like, and I'm in there, and then they're like COVID, and I was like, and I'm not.
Yeah.
and I'm not. I was like, I finally got okay, I got a little box situation. I was like, I'm gonna be live. Oh, I'm not. Okay, next year, I'm trying to go.
It's always funny because there's no phones, there's no cameras. It's very strict in the rules they have there, but it also makes it kind of fun because of that. It's just totally different. Yeah. But this year on Sunday I'm playing, and I heard Coach Saban was going to come because he does some stuff with Mercedes, and Mercedes is a sponsor of the event. And I'm walking down number 10, and I look over to the left, and there's Coach just walking all by himself, and it was the funniest thing ever. Just I go over, I'm like, "What are you doing, Coach?" He's like, "Oh, just out watching some golf." But it's it's a place where people can't come up to him and start getting pictures and start asking for autographs. You know, they might walk with him and bother him some, but I mean, he's such a big golf fan. It was just really funny to see him in that setting.
He's like, I'm gonna go watch JT. I'm gonna go follow JT today. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do when I go to a tournament. I'm following JT the whole tournament. You know what I mean? I'm right there at the turn. I'm gonna go grab me an Arnold Palmer or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Look, see, I don't even know proper etiquette because again, the only tournament I normally go to is one that's just wild as hell. In a regular tournament, am I supposed to follow? Like, I've definitely heckled some golfers.
You follow your favorite player,
I was like
or
10.
not? You know,
like you're supposed to. Like I was like 9 or 10 the last time Tiger Woods showed up. You're like, like that's when I was supposed to. Everybody was yelling, so I yelled.
Yeah. So see, we might be there early. You know what I mean? JT might not tee off till 1:30. You know, he on the leaderboard. He might not tee off to the afternoon. We might go early. You know, you just follow some people you like. You know.
So I am supposed to follow. That's what I'm saying. Am I supposed to follow?
You follow who you like.
Am I supposed to pick a hole? Because normally I'm posted up at the 16th. But like, am I just
pick a hole? And if you got the suite with all the drinks and the food, why leave that until it's time for JT to tee off? You know what I mean?
And then I was okay. So it's okay to follow. I don't.
You can do whatever the hell you want, man.
Bro, I don't want to fall into stalker vibes. Like, yeah, that's my boy. Oh, we at hole 1, 2, 3. Like, bro,
every time the TV flashes to him, I'm in the background like
this. Like, yeah.
With a sign.
I just need to know what's the proper etiquette, so it's okay to follow. I just don't want to come off at a proper golf tournament and be a creep.
But see, but you try to follow like top player in the world. It's tough. Like you might be 9 rows deep, like trying to like you ain't gonna have a problem because you 6'5". But I'm really like using the wide body to get on through there. Let me see. You don't know this man. JT, tell him we friends. They used to have the Buick Open back in Michigan, where I'm from. And I used to try to, I was big into golf. So I used to go to that tournament and we used to try and follow Tiger, bro. And trying to follow that crowd, bro, you might as well just go find somewhere else. Like, or you just go like 6-7 holes ahead and wait, and wait for him to make it to that hole. And
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But you're pretty cool with Tiger, right?
Yeah. We've become pretty close, which is it's bizarre to say, or let alone think. Because I mean, I grew up idolizing the guy, and he's a big reason why I play golf and why I feel like I've gotten to where I am. But I think we've developed a good relationship. He knows that. I think a lot of people, when they get to that state or get to that point in their careers and lives, is everybody's just going to suck up to him and everyone's going to do whatever they want.
Mega star, no matter where you at, right?
Yeah, he can't go anywhere, and it's just cutting it up like here. She's just one of my boys, and I have no shame and no problem telling him he's an idiot or telling him he's doing something dumb or making fun of him. I mean, I always say to people, if I'm not making fun of you, I probably don't like you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts. Look, I was like,
100%.
you can't relax and be yourself. Then, like, bro, this friendship's not really a friendship. This is a one ship.
Exactly. This is like a proper ship. I have to be all proper in front of you. Like, bro, we flaws and successes, failures, everything.
Right.
We making fun of each other, but hey, I can make fun of you, but ain't nobody else gonna make fun of you though. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like,
I
we
would
can
say
talk
this.
shit, but ain't nobody else gonna talk shit about you.
Like,
Not around
I'm
me.
saying I'm gonna clown you, but when we're alone, I'm like, this is my guy. Like, hey, I will tolerate no slander.
Yeah.
You know, like the world may look down at you, but I'm like, hey, we boys.
Yeah.
You about to lock up. But I was gonna say, so like growing up, like who did you look up to as a golfer then? Like when I was growing up, like of course there was Tiger, but I was like the big Fijian, you know, like the big Fijian was my golfer. VJ Singh was my guy.
VJ Singh.
Bro, hey, that was like my guy. You know what I'm saying? But I would say, who did you was it just Tiger? Or
yeah, I mean, I was 8, 9, 10 years old when he was in his prime in 2000 and early 2000. So it's I was a huge fan of his. So
what was it like winning that first major, bro? PGA Championship, bro. Like, what that was like, fam?
It was sweet. It was really fun.
Tell me about like the weekend. Like, so you shooting good through, Friday. Like, where you was at going into Saturday, going into Sunday? Was you leading? Did you have to run somebody down? Like,
yeah. So I didn't play well the first day. I shot 73, but I had a really good up and down safe. It's actually bizarre, but I had an unbelievable up and down for par on my 17th hole Thursday, and then birdied my last hole. I'm sorry, on Thursday, and then birdied my last hole to shoot 2 over. It was a hard golf course, and I was looking at, potentially shooting 74 or 5 and, being outside the cut line and needing a good round to make the cut. But I kind of rode that momentum into the rest of the week. And I think I was the only person to shoot in the 60s the last 3 days. It was a hard golf course. So, shooting a 67, 68, 69 was a really good round. And I played well Friday, got myself in it. Played solid Saturday, was in that, I think, second to last group or something like that. I was a couple back. And for me, when I'm playing well, I'm at a really good frame of mind. I'm at ease. I'm calm. I know that things aren't going to go my way, but I also understand that good things are going to happen. And I kind of am patient and let it happen. That's how I was that weekend. And I remember looking up on the 12th green, and I think there were 5 people tied at 8 under. And I think it was 8 under, might have been 7, but I just looked up, and I mean, it sounds bad to say, but I was like, all right, he's never won. He's not going to win. Like, this person, he's going to get nervous and
start
fall
sizing
out.
up the leaderboard.
And I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, I mean, there's a lot of people on here, and like realistically, I feel like I just need to beat a couple of them. Like, if I just, because it's just the fact of the matter, you get 10 guys up there, like 6 of them, like somebody 3 of them are going to play well enough. 3 of them can't handle the moment, and then I just have to kind of beat a couple of them, and that's how I looked
Mark,
at it. And
I'll say you've heard, look, from one of our head coaches, right? Sean Payton has always said, look, there's 32 teams in this league. But out of these 32, there's only 10 that's really poised to make a run at it, and there's 6 that you really have to be aware of, and there's really 4 that have a championship mentality.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, what? And this is like 0-0, and then you go through, you're like, damn, this is exactly. Oh shit, we try to be one of the 6. I was like, no, we try to be one of the 4.
Right. But any of them could beat you on any given day if you're not playing to your ability. You know what I mean? But to sustain it, you know what I mean? So on one day, on Thursday, he might be able to shoot better than you, but he doesn't have the pedigree to do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
When it's tied on 18 and you sitting, in the right rough, can you throw it up there? Can you throw it up there? Can you throw it up there on the green? Like my dog last week got the cranking, come back. I command you. Get in the hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
how you pull that out, bro? Like, that was just spur of the moment, or
I've done it a couple times. Usually, like if I hit a full wedge, or like I've got a big backstop, and you're just kind of screwing around, and you're just like reeling it in. I mean, it's stupid, but it was just something. I don't know why. It came out, and it was like anything it does these days, it ends up getting all over the internet.
Yeah, well, I mean,
big vibe.
You got big pedigree, so when you do something, fly, it's gonna go viral. Just like the Roll Tide. That's what we do. We viral, man. We said we trendsetters. Now he got all the youngins out there trying to have some backspin. Get back here! I'm telling you.
I want to know this, bro. Like, all right, so I played many a charity golf tournaments in the last, let's call it 15 years, right? College and the pros. And out of these charity golf tournaments, there's always that like hole in, get a hole in one, win a car, get in a hole in one, win $100 grand, win a hole in one. And I've never hit a hole in one.
Never.
I just want to know, like, have you?
I have, yeah.
On one of them par threes, and how many hole in ones have you had? Like, how does that?
How many? That's the question.
Yeah. I was like, I have you. Was probably just my question.
I've made, I think, like 23 or 24, something.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my
god! My goodness, 23. You don't even know the count.
Something that's bad. I don't know that, but I don't remember.
Because you have too many.
Because you've had too many. That's so much success. All right.
So what age were you when you first
6?
Hold out, bro. 6?
My first one. Yeah.
Man, come on.
I'm
bro.
31. I've never. Okay. When'd you first pick up? If you had your first hole in one, when did you really start playing golf? 3?
Yeah, I mean, 2 is like I don't know what is really playing golf. I mean,
like
you had a hole in one at 6,
like teeing up, and like getting through a round, like that's playing golf.
Yeah, 3 or 4, something like that. I don't know.
What was your first 9 holes? Your first 18 holes?
I mean, I was young enough where I don't remember it. I'd say that about.
So you hole out at 6 years old, like. How far was the shot?
It was 144 yards. It was a driver. It was the first time it was in my home course. I'd never reached. It was the only par 3 green that I could reach, or I could come close to reaching. And it was the first time. Like, I always loved playing that hole because I couldn't get a birdie putt realistically in any other hole. And my dad and I went out and played. I think my mom was with us too. And I hit it, and my dad says as soon as I hit it, I was like, all right, I think this one might get there, and it like bounced and like kind of rolled around this bunker and went in. It was bizarre.
Oh, at 6 years old.
Stop playing.
At 6 years old, bro. So how many hole-in-ones in tournament play?
Probably 4 or 5, something like that. 5.
Cold. This man cold.
Confirm validity.
This man cold. This man the real deal. Holyfield. Man, my goodness, bro. That's why you was on the cover of PGA 2K21. That's why you rated 99 overall.
He got a 99 overall
rating? 99.
Oh Lord.
Max rating on the cover. Rating.
You guys ever had a 99 rating?
No. I think I've gotten to like 96, 97-ish. Like, I think I've touched some stuff. Like,
that's pretty good, man.
Like 95.
That is.
I mean, I just feel like I'm the most complete defensive end, and they don't like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They love pass rushers. Yeah. It's a very pass rush world. But I'm like, what about first, second down?
It's not legit.
I hear you.
What it is. It's all right. I'm gonna go crazy and just focus on pass rushing this year and see where it takes me.
You'll get up 98, 99 for sure.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, hey, like he had 19 sacks. That boy didn't hold not an edge though. 99. I'm like, see, this shit's rigged. Because I was really just mediocre in the run. Then I'm gonna show the flaw in the game. That boy got a 99. There's nothing left to strive for. Just now you got to get that Masters jacket. I was like, what?
Masters? We got to get some more majors.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I was like, what's the ultimate? Like, what's the ultimate goal then?
Because you got PGA Championship, #1 player in the world, former. You're top 5 every fucking year. You're top 3 right now, chasing #1. Like, yeah, what we trying to do? Be the greatest ever?
You're right. Take it to Tokyo.
Yeah, no. just win as many tournaments as humanly possible and as many majors as I can. I mean, I think golf is so unique to other sports that you can play for a long time. You know, it is a tough sport on your body, but in a lot of different ways. It's not, we're obviously not dealing with the contact and stuff like that, but just the amount of wear and tear on more so your joints.
Yeah.
Not at the contact, but just the twisting and all that
torque
stuff.
Torque of your core, of your knees.
I was a big torque. Hey.
Yeah.
What about them hips on the par 5? What's the longest drive, man?
Well, it's kind of rigged because, I mean, you can hit car pass and you can go way downhill and stuff.
True drive.
I mean, I've hit them in the upper 300s before. If I get the right conditions and everything, I can. But every once in a while, I'll sneak one off a cart path and really make it count.
Get that good bounce. That's why you need that good bounce. All right, so now we head into Tokyo.
Yeah, that'll be
Tokyo
fun.
Drift.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm pumped. It's I mean, it's weird because growing up, we watched all the majors, we watched all the tournaments, but when it comes to the Olympics, I never watched golf in the Olympics. So it's I've been fortunate to everything that I've accomplished, I was able to kind of dream about as a kid because I watched it. But playing in the Olympics and potentially winning a medal, I never dreamed about because I didn't grow up watching it. You know what I mean? So I've always watched other sports, and now with golf being added in the Olympics, 5, 6 years ago, something like that. To have the opportunity to go over there and win a medal, it's pretty cool. So I'm hoping to be able to get that and bring a gold to a football game in Tuscaloosa. One of these days.
Hey man, I'm gonna take a picture like selfie, like yes sir. I need that.
I'll use it as a cup holder for my yellow hammer at Galette's.
Hey, at Galette's, that yellow hammer. Yes sir. All drinks on Rammer Jammers. You know what I mean?
I need to know though. Look, since you're a Bama guy, and I've asked this question multiple times now over the last couple seasons of this big Truss Levelz podcast. What is your favorite place to eat in Tuscaloosa?
5.
Okay.
I love 5. There's
awesome.
a sneaky, really good. There's a lot of good places in Tuscaloosa.
Man, it is, man. People.
Chuck's is so good.
Chuck's always top of the line.
De Palma's is good, like a nice Italian food. I mean, there's
Rammer Jammers.
Yeah. What about City Cafe?
City Cafe, legit.
Look, I'm heading to Alabama later on today. I'm not making that. I was going to drive back at night, but I'm not driving back at nighttime in Bama.
You're good. Wait, where are you at? You about to drive?
Going to Mobile. I got to go to Mobile. I got to do some Senior Bowl stuff. Yeah. But I was like, bro, how far is Tuscaloosa from Mobile? It's probably like
far enough.
Yeah. It's like probably like another 3 hours.
You're closer just to go to Tuscaloosa. It's a closer drive. You closer just to go to Tuscaloosa from New Orleans. If you go to Mobile and then Tuscaloosa, it's way out the way. So if you want to go to Tuscaloosa, you might as well just start in New Orleans and drive to Tuscaloosa. You'll be there in less than 4 hours if you're driving like a granny. So.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. I mean, either way, that's a 2-hour drive. But I'm not gonna make that Tuscaloosa stop then. No worries.
Yeah. No. Yeah, so JT, you done been all over the world, man, playing golf. You know what I mean? I'm sure probably traveling.
Man,
tell us about like
your top 3 spots.
Your top 3 spots, because you done been everywhere.
And not the tournament, just like in general. Like, you may have played in New Zealand, but it was like the best time you had before you got there. Like your top 3 spots in this world
that you've traveled for a tournament or for leisure.
Yeah. Or you traveled for a tournament and had to go back because it was just that far.
Played in Sergio Garcia had a charity event in Switzerland, and that was insane. I mean, that was like some of the prettiest like topography. It just was insane. Like the mountains and it was crazy. The golf course,
snow-capped mountains and stuff like that.
Right.
It was awesome. So that was up there. Australia was really cool for the President's Cup. We didn't really get to do very much just from being busy that week. So I'd love to get to go back there and do that again, but that's about a 40-hour travel day, so I'm not exactly just looking for any weekend trips to Australia. But I'm a sucker for the ocean. Like I like the courses out west, whether it's Pebble Beach or even the places in Hawaii are beautiful. It's so those are some pretty cool spots. But in terms of all of it, you give me like a place in Scotland or Ireland.
I had Dublin on my mind. I was
the
like,
food
Dublin
sucks. Like I love it over there. The food sucks. It does.
And that's what makes a vacation to me. Like you could tell me a great place, but if I can't get no good food, like
how much you're into your food?
Yeah, how much am I really gonna enjoy this trip? Like if I can't
if you like grilled cheese and French fries, you'll be fine. Like you can. That's what I learned. And I just order grilled cheese and French fries, or just have them overcook the hell out of a pizza because they undercook. It's undercooked. It's kind of, I feel like a European thing, It's
like, it's that doughy situation. Oh no.
Yeah, pick it up and just
Yeah, big flims.
But the golf courses are awesome. The people are incredible. The pubs are really cool if you kind of get to go to those. The towns are cool, but it's been lucky to go to some cool spots.
Yeah, so y'all been listening, man. We got about 6-7 stops for y'all because this man is international traveler extraordinaire. You know what I mean? But man, what a treat it was to have today my co-host, Cam J, Mr. All Decade, 6-time Pro Bowler, future Hall of Famer,
hopefully
legacy, got a legacy. We big on the legacies, but we are extremely blessed, and it is our pleasure to welcome the JT Justin Thomas on the biggest of the Truss Levels. We appreciate you having you on. Former #1 player of the world, current #3 player of the world, not just the city, of the world, Craig. You know what I mean? We got the Haskins Player of the Year, which is the Heisman national champion at Titletown. You know what I mean? We got the JT Justin Thomas on the Truss Levels, and we appreciate
on
you,
the big.
I appreciate it, but the last thing I got is if you guys are playing each other, who's going to win that matchup?
It's over with. He can't see me.
It depends. If it's Tyrod Taylor and Mark Ing, that's a dub our way. If it's Deshaun Watson and Mark Ing, it's probably a dub our way. So either way.
Hey, listen. He can be biased, but they gonna feel me no matter what happens. They gonna feel me.
I put it like this. I hope my dog goes for 3 tugs, but it's gonna have to be through the air because our ground game. We're gonna put this box on. It's gonna be a 12 box, and we only got 11 in there.
I go for 3 tubs on my former team. They gonna feel like they lost, even if they won. I'm gonna talk bad to them. I'm gonna talk real bad to them. I'm gonna let them know y'all got me fucked up. Y'all should have never let this happen. Y'all did this. You did it to yourself.
The score would be 31-21. Mark would have 3 tugs, and it'd probably be in the air.
No, we tapping.
Can't let it happen.
Tapping that ass.
I'm sorry to bring up a sensitive subject, Mark. It sounds like
no, but they gonna feel me. That's all that matters. Yeah. You might win, but you're gonna feel like you lost. And if you lose, you're definitely gonna feel like you lost.
That's some Auburn shit, Mark. That's a moral victory. We don't do moral victories.
We know you got a little break in your tour, in your touring, you know what I mean? So we appreciate you. Yeah, touring on the tour, going to get the #1 spot. We rooting for you, dog. We gonna make it drop it like it's hot, you know what I mean? So appreciate you, bro. We know your time is money. And we ain't got nothing to give to you. So
I appreciate it, boys. Thanks for having me on. You can hop on the bandwagon anytime you want. It's always open.
We'll never. When you see me, you see B. Go Bears.